Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. I'm Omega X5000. The last time we took on the Vermilion... Why do I keep saying Vermilion? The Cinnabar Island Gym. Seriously, I was about to say Vermilion Island Gym. Do I just like Vermilion City that much? Also, TM28, does it contain Tombstone? No, it's the Dig TM. No, I'm not going to be teaching anyone that. But here is a move that I will be teaching to someone. Reflect. And everyone can learn that, actually. Wow. I'm going to get rid of that broken focus energy on Future Find, because that is a broken move. Does nothing good for me. Although, actually, now that I think about it, it might be helpful on preventing me from getting critical hits I don't want when going up against Moltres. Nah, I'm gonna be freezing it anyway, or at least attempting to freeze it later on when I get to Victory Road. I'm getting rid of focus energy because, as I've stated, it's broken, and I have some strategy in mind with giving Future Find Reflect. So, focus energy has been forgotten in favor of Reflect. And I'm gonna put back the Dig TM because I have no need of it. I just withdrew it because I was kind of curious about what it was after that whole Tombstoner thing. Also, I will not be using the Fire Blast TM on Ultra Flame. Because I don't really have any need for it, nor do I have any need for this secret key. That was pretty much a one-time only item, and excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, the next move that Ultra Flame is gonna learn, which is also his final move, is gonna be something that he gets via leveling up. Speaking of leveling up, Tsunami! You've done quite a bit of leveling up today. You've gained 2 levels. That is impressive. Although I'm going to switch you up for Thundro. Why am I talking like this? This is sounding kinda weird. Also, interesting thing to note. This patch of... Whoa, that... Okay. This patch of water right here does not have any Pokemon registered for it, yet you can still get wild encounters here. That's also part of a huge glitch. I was going to say game-breaking, but it really isn't. But it can lead to all sorts of item duplications. Ones that I will not be using at all. I wanted to show it off in a blue version, I think. But then I lost the save file to that LP quite some time ago. Cinnabar in the West has a lab for Pokemon. Yeah, I was just there. So yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to follow up with those original LPs on being able to rebattle the Elite Four with super powerful teams at level 70, or showing off the glitches that took place in them. I think I'm probably going to showcase those in my actual blue file after I've traded over everything important from it onto here. Because... Oh, Seeking. That brings up an interesting point that I wanted to mention 3 episodes ago, I guess, when I was surfing to Cinnabar. But I'll hold off on that for just a moment. I will be trading over everything of value that I have on my copy of blue version to this one to fill up the Pokedex a bit more, since I've decided that since I'm already more than halfway done with Pokedex completion. Wait! I might as well go all the way, and I've gotten most of the Pokemon that are exclusive to blue caught and in a team ready for trading. Cinnabar is a volcanic island. Hey, there's even in-game evidence that that island is volcanic. So yeah, even more proof, and Huh. Okay. More proof that I'm not crazy in calling Sandbar a volcanic island when there's clearly no volcano in-game. I swam here from Sandbar Island. So did I! Not that far away when you think about it. Then again, this world in the game might be a lot smaller than what it actually is. For all we know, each of these tiles that I'm moving across while surfing might be half a mile for all I know. And Thundro's level 50! And trying to learn Light Screen. I don't have any use for that move. So no, I'm going to abandon Light Screen. Thundro... For all intents and purposes, Thundro has his full moveset outside of Thunder. And... oh, I'm back to Sea King again. Okay, a couple of episodes ago, when I was surfing down to get to Sandbar Island in the first place, there was a trainer who has Sea King, but I forgot to mention it. Sea King. There was an interesting episode in the show where there was a contest to catch the biggest Sea King in the pond, and both Ash and Misty both participated. I don't remember if either one of them won the contest, but they both succeeded in catching Sea Kings of their own. But they wound up releasing them afterwards because I think they were required to do so that they could continue to hold more contests in the future. It was something interesting and something that came to mind that I wanted to mention. Nothing real important though. Pokemon have taken over an abandoned mansion on Sandbar. Oh yeah, I've been there. Hello? My boyfriend gave me big pearls. Okay. You mean like a pearl necklace or something? I can kind of see that. 3 Pokemon and... oh, okay. Maybe those pearls are her Pokémon. Considering that pearls often come from clams or other bivalves, and shellfish in general, I think. I'm not really a marine biologist, so I might be very, very wrong with what I'm saying. But I do know that, at the very least, most pearls are found within clams of some sort. Heck, later on in the series they introduce a Pokemon that's basically is a pearl inside of a clam. Although its evolutions are kinda odd when you think about it. But I'll go into that when I get to those games. And Cloyster. I'm going to let Thundro take on this route until he level 51, reaches level 51. Who knows, he might get to that point right now. Or not, because he didn't level up already, because he goes first in this whole list of experience. Don't touch my pearls! Will my pearls grow bigger inside Cloyster? Maybe. I don't know how pearls work. Oh, this guy! What the crud? I rode my bird Pokemon here. How did he see me from the ocean? I guess... Would he have spotted me if I were one space up higher? Now I'm kinda curious. Crud, now I really want to know. And we've got a Bird Keeper with a Fearow. I think this is the only non-fisher on one of these broken bridge islands. Yeah, I think that might be the case, actually. Very interesting. And not much experience going around for the team this time. And another Fearow. Does he have 3 Fearows? Because if so, that's not very varied. Then again, there's not that many flying type Pokemon. Yeah, there's not that many flying types in this game, to be perfectly honest. Although there's definitely more than just Furo and Pidgeotto. I mean, he could have had like a Dodrio instead of that second Furo. At least that Pidgeotto is at an appropriate level for me not to question it being a Pidgeotto still. Because I know perfectly well that Pidgeotto evolves at 36. So, it's very easy to believe that that one still has yet to reach evolution. Oh no! My birds can't fly me back! Sure they can. Unless they don't know the move Fly, then that would be a problem. Wait, was that it? Oh. What level... How much experience does Thundurm need to level up? Okay, that's... probably around 10 more battles. Okay. It's just a generic swimmer with only one Pokémon. Okay. I guess I could... Actually, since I'm already at the Seafoam Islands, I guess I could check out the other side of the island. So I don't think I've ever really done that. I've always just gone through the one side to get straight to Articuno. So, I guess I could explore a little bit. I should have been buffing up my Pokémon, not me. Yes, you should have. And, oh, one more trainer. Hello. What do you have to offer? Are you on vacation too? I guess you could consider a Pokemon adventure traveling across the region a vacation of sorts. You get to see the sights, meet new people, make new friends all over the place, make all sorts of interesting memories. You know, in a sense, that does fit the definition of a vacation. You know, I never really thought about it that way, actually. That's kind of interesting. Okay, Horsey. Nothing comes to mind, really, when it comes to Horsey. I rarely ever see it, so that's probably one of the more forgettable Pokemon for me. Although, I do have an interesting subject to talk about if he has a Seadra. Oh, he has a seal instead. I believe you can find Seal in the Seafoam Islands. I might have already shown that off with the sidebars by now, but just in case I haven't, it might be in the Seafoam Islands. Actually, I could check the Pokedex right after this battle's over. No mercy at all. Seafoam used to be one island. Seafoam Islands. Yeah, I think I can see where you're coming from with that. What with Seafoam originally being one island. Wow, I've seen almost every Pokemon in the game. There's only 20 left that I haven't seen, really. Wait, did I pass Dugong? Nope, I haven't. Yep. Seal can be found in this cave. Okay. Wow, that's real helpful. The entrance is blocked off. Okay. Wow, this is a very small and secluded area of this cavern. It's literally just railroading me at this point. Might as well take in this experience, Thundro, because there aren't any more random trainers left at this point outside of the gym and Victory Road. We're really coming close to the end here. Wow. that was all that I missed in terms of exploration? Okay. Tsunami, surf away! Yeah. So this happened. Do I have an escape rope on hand? Please tell me I have. I do not, so... At the very least, I have a route back that leads directly outside real quickly. Thanks to me having already pushed those... Why couldn't it have been a Kingler? Hey. I would have been able to respect this thing if it were a Kingler, not a Krabby. And wow, that thing is giving pathetic experience for the entire team. Oh man. Let's see, is there anything... No, this just leads back to the room with Articuno. Or the room that had Articuno, had I not caught it already. But, considering I've already caught Articuno, I have no more need to be in this place. So I guess I better be on my merry way. While also eliminating as many of these Krabby as possible. I'll have to come back here later on off screen to... That was close! Guillotine, or guillotine, as I always pronounced it. Is that the correct way to pronounce guillotine or guillotine? I think as a kid I always thought it was pronounced guillotoni or something. But yeah, that move is a one-hit knockout move. There's only a handful of those in this game, but they are all super powerful. Are there any hidden items in here? Because... no, there's nothing here. Okay, so this... So this place had nothing to offer. And there's no real point to entering from this side of the island, from the east of Cinnabar Island. So always go west from Fuchsia when entering the Seafoam. That's pretty much the lesson we learned here today. But yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here later on to catch Pokémon. And yeah. I'm gonna have to catch Seal, Krabby, Kingler. Oh man, I have yet to even encounter a single Psyduck in this LP. Which is kinda weird, considering that it's one of those Pokemon that has become so well known, yet you never get into a situation where you're required to fight one. Heck, I don't think any of the... I don't think any of the trainers in the game even have Psyduck in their party. There might be a trainer in Victory Road that has Golduck, but I don't think there's any that have Psyduck, which is really weird. And I don't even know off the top of my head where I can find a wild Psyduck. Maybe they're in Seafoam Islands. Maybe. Or they might be available via fishing in this route. I don't know off the top of my head. That's why I'm editing in those sidebars. Which, speaking of Psyduck, they had some really interesting songs at the end of the Orange Islands season of the show, where one of which went like, "What kind of Pokemon are you? How do you do the things you do?" And that one was one of the catchiest songs that they had from, I think it was called the Pikachu's Jukebox. And it would always start with Pikachu in a tuxedo doing a quick little dance, and then they would start up a song. And that one that I sung the first two lyrics to would always end with a zoom in on Psyduck's tail as it wags its tail at the viewer, as it slowly zooms out with Psyduck just looking back behind it, looking all confused. That is such a random thing to remember when talking about finding wild Psyduck. But then again, it all kind of fits together perfectly, I guess. Also, I think in this patch of grass that I'm coming up across in just a moment after I take out this tentacle, I think, and I might be wrong, that there are wild Tangela here. I'll have to either run around for a little bit or check the Pokédex. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check the Pokédex since I already have Tangela registered in the Pokédex. Or it could be in the Safari Zone. I thought it was over here. Maybe it's also here, but I couldn't tell because of my character being on top of the same area. Okay, let's try that Pokédex again, and it starts me off at the very top of the list again. Let's see... Nope! I guess... I could've sworn you could find wild Tangela there. However, we're back at Pallet Town. Might as well see how things are doing back home. Okay. Thank you very much for the quick heal. And we're out of here. So, you know what? I should probably check in with Professor Oak, see how he's doing. It's been a while since we've last been here, so might as well get the Pokédex rated. Good to see you! How's your Pokédex coming? Here, let me take a look. Completion is 130 seen, 70 owned. Very good. Go fish for some marine Pokemon. Nice. It's always good to get the word straight from the professor in person. Granted, it's not always necessary. You know what? I don't think I've ever actually gone into this house, but it's completely unchanged. Blue's sister will still offer to give you a map, which I have pretty much promptly refused to take because I don't need it. I've got the internet and even the player's guide for that. Which I have yet to look at the player's map when recording these videos. I always double check it afterwards. After I've finished a couple of recording a couple of these videos. And yeah, I have not really needed to do that. And oh, this guy's back. You want me to show you? Oh, okay. I thought he would stop catching or showing you the tutorial. Let's show that. Dandy, watch what I do closely now. And it's a Rattata. Was it a Rattata before? And he catches it this time. Nice. And I already know this. Let's see, Brainstein Pokemon Gym. I think next time I will be tackling this gym. Let's see, what does this guy have to say? He's no longer looking at the window. Free and Gym Sleeter returned. And on that note, we are going to be ending off this episode.